are doing this video tutorial for our PLDC assignment. During this time, we are going to evaluate the source code of VLC Media Player. First, I'll give you an introduction about VLC Media Player. It is a free and open source media player written by the Videolan project. VLC is a portable multimedia player, encoder and streamer supporting many audio and video as well as DVDs, VCDs and various streaming protocols. VLC stands for Videolan Client. It is a cross-platform media player with versions for Microsoft Windows, Mac OS, GNU, Linux, Solaris, etc. Originally, the Videolan project started as an academic project in 1996 and rewritten from scratch in 1998. It was released under the GPL on 1st February 2001. Version 1.0.0 of VLC Media Player was released on July 7th, 2009, culminating 13 years of development. We are planning to evaluate the source code using these areas: readability, writability, reliability, cost and maintenance. And we are going to use 5 basic principles to evaluate the source code. First one, 0-1 infinity principle. Second one, structured programming principle. Third one, defense in depth principle. Fourth one, syntactic consistency principle. Fifth one, abstraction principle. Next, we'll look why developers use C language to develop the source code of VLC Media Player instead of C++. VLC is open source software, so it needed a language that's supported in many platforms. C language is supported in many platforms, so because of that, the developers use C language to code the VLC player. Next, we'll consider the second point. It says the first developers knew C very well but not C++. Because at that time zone the VLC was developed, C was the most popular language and C++ was still in progress. So because of that, the developers used C because it was more familiar to them. During the development time, the VLC compilers were not that much complex. Because of that, it didn't support some features of C++. So that is another reason why developers use C language to implement the VLC media player. There are 4 main factors that we can use to evaluate a language. Those are reliability, writability, readability and cost. First, we'll take readability. Readability depends on 4 factors. Those are simplicity, orthogonality, data types and structures, control statements. First factor, we'll take simplicity. Simplicity means having less number of components. If simplicity is high, reliability is also high, and it happens vice versa also. Next, we'll take a coding part in VLC source code. So if we go through this code, we can see there are 3318 lines of codes. So it is obvious that we cannot read and understand this code. So if we take this point, we can say VLC code is less readable. This happens because it uses C language, but if we use C++ to write the same code, it will require less number of lines of code and it will increase the readability. Next, we look about the writability. Writability means the easiness of language to create a program. Writability depends on 4 factors. Those are simplicity, orthogonality, support for abstraction and expressivity. Next, we look about orthogonality. Orthogonality means having less number of basic components. So if we take C language, there are 32 keywords. So using these keywords, the developer can do whatever they need to do using these keywords. So it means the basic number of components are less. It means the orthogonality is high and it has increased the writability of the source code also. Next, we look at the next factor. It says expressivity. Expressivity means developer can do lots of tasks using small number of codes. If the expressivity is high, the readability and the writability is also high. In C language, expressivity is very low. So if we look at this code, it is for audio output management of common data structures. To handle this kind of a small function, the developer has written a very lengthy code. This has happened because the expressivity of the language is very low, and because of that the writability also has decreased. When we talk about writability, support for abstraction is a major part. So C language does not support for abstraction because C does not have object-oriented concepts. Due to this, writability has decreased because we cannot reuse previously written coding paths, and this concept violates the abstraction principle also. Now we'll look how pointers are used in this code. Normally we use pointers to allocate memory dynamically. The developers of VLC source code have also used pointers in this code. So these are some of the examples. So if we analyze this, we can have advantages and disadvantages from using pointers. Advantages are they can allocate memory dynamically and they can change a value inside a functions more than once. And also there are few disadvantages also, like memory leaks and dangling pointers.